Hello everybody, and welcome back to Overwatch. Today we will be going through all the offensive or DPS heroes in the roster in the training room. I'll be showing you their abilities, how to use them, and their ults. Starting with Doomfist. Doomfist is like a very high damage hero. His first ability, well, his M1, mouse 1, is his primary fire basically is a hand cannon shot. That is what it looks like. His first ability, which is left shift, he does an uppercut which lifts him up into the air. This can be comboed well with his E and right click. E is ground shatter, and then his punch slams people into the ground, into the walls. So I'm gonna be showing you right now how to combo this. You do E if you try to hit him, you do left shift, and then you punch him back. You will die in the process, but sometimes in the middle of a really important game, it's worth it to kill the tanks.
Double kill.
Yeah, so this is basically how Doomfist works. He has a ton of emotes and his ult, which is called Meteor Strike. You basically go into the air, and it's a great way to avoid being killed by the combo, sorry. So if I combo, then I need to do this, and then
Meteor Strike.
You go up here, and you'll land with a very high force, like as you saw, and it can even kill people sometimes if you hit them directly. Now, Doomfist right click does a lot more damage when you hit someone into a wall, but it can still like hit people off edges and other things. Yes. So that is Doomfist. Next up, we have Genji, the cybernetic warrior himself. Genji's like a kind of hero that you want to get in close with. Okay, so for Genji's mouse 1, his primary fire, he'll shoot a stream of shots like this. His right click shoots out a fan. So you can combo these very well often. As you can see, fan is more for close range and the stream is more for far range. He also has a dash ability, where he basically dashes forward and damages anybody caught in the dash. So as you can see, if I dash, oh, I accidentally did that, but this is Genji's ult. He can pull it out anytime, and it's a very high damage melee weapon. It has a very kind of relatively long range for a sword. So as I was saying, Genji's dash, it can get him out of time. If you dash through something like this, you'll actually do damage to them, and then you can follow up with that, with the fan. The dash, if you kill somebody with the dash, then you get the dash back. So, and I have the dash back. Now, Genji's next ability, probably one of his most important, is the deflect. So when an enemy team is shooting at you, you simply deflect it at the other team, and it can save your teammates as well. And that is Genji. Oh, and Genji also has a passive ability, which is double jump and wall climb. So let's say I was here, I can wall climb up and I can double jump. That is Genji. Next we have McCree. McCree is a relatively close range hero, and he has he can double headshot most squishy heroes, but he also has ability. His abilities are left shift. He can roll. Like it'll also it's for mobility, but it can also reload his gun. So if I kill someone, I reload, I have full health, and then I fan the hammer. Fan the hammer is his right click ability. It shoots a rapid stream of shots, which can sometimes be helpful, but usually isn't. His E stuns an enemy and is usually very well comboed with his fan the hammer. So we're gonna try to do a combo with McCree's fan the hammer. So shoot him once, go in, that, yeah. Yep. McCree's ultimate, which is called Deadeye, and in this ultimate, McCree will basically say it's high noon, and every target and every person in his line of sight will have a timer, will have like a little circle on them, and when that circle turns red, that means it's an instant kill when you press left shift. So, but you need to have really well placement for this, because if you're placed up high, then you can see more people. Like this, for example.
It's time.
Double kill.
So that was only a double kill.
Hold on. Like sitting ducks.
That is McCree. Next up, we have Pharah, or also known as Faria.
The innocent.
Now, Pharah has long-range rockets, which are definitely not hit scan, and her passive ability is basically flying. So she can, if you hold down space or right-click, depends on what you have it set it for, then she will fly up. But as you can see, she does have a limit to her fuel. Left shift, if you're on the ground and you're in a tricky situation, you just press it and it shoots you up in the air, and then you go up. Her E ability is like a bounce back kind of thing, so it can be used like this.
Clearing the area.
I did not mean to do that. To bounce back an enemy away from a high target, or well, from like your shield or something, or it can be used for mobility like this.
Get back.
Pharah can also rocket jump, but it does do damage to her, a lot of damage.
Move back.
I need to find the health back, hold on.
Clearing the area. Double kill. Get back.
Now we go for Farah's ult. Her ult is very high damage. You again want to be relatively high, and you want to have a lot of people in sight because you cannot move while using it. You press Q and you release a large stream of rockets, which will do a ton of damage if they are all landed. But the problem is you cannot move while using this ult, so a Widow or some other sniper kind hero could easily shoot you off. That is Pharah. Next up, we have Ripu, the big Reap. So his E ability, he can teleport. That little shadow thing you can see up there is his teleport, and when you press teleport,
Repositioning.
you'll teleport there. His M1 is a pair of shotguns, and they can do quite a lot of damage at close range. But at far range, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do much at all.
Down. Repositioning.
Reaper's left shift is Wraith form. He will essentially be immune to damage. So right now I can be hit. Now it cannot hurt me, and I can go for the health pack and continue on my way. The problem with this ability though is that you cannot shoot and you cannot cancel out the ability. You simply have to wait until it's over.
Repositioning.
Reaper's ult is a very high damage, but very fast ult. Everything in his general area will be damaged, and most of the time. That's what happened, kids, when you accidentally mispress a button. Well, that's what it looks like, but if you actually do it right, Adam, if you actually do it right, then it can actually be quite deadly. But that's another thing you really need to watch out for. Mispressing Q or whatever button you have for your ult, because it can seriously cost you the game. Like if you misuse a Mercy, well, maybe not a Mercy ult, but like a D.Va ult or a Reaper ult or a Junkrat ult, it could seriously just like ruin the game for your teammates. Just let me earn it back a bit for a second. Although you want to be careful in the teleport, because like the Wraith form, you will be locked in the animation and you cannot move. So even if you are dying while you're teleporting, there's nothing you could really do about it. Okay, we're gonna wait for them to respawn. Okay, so a normal Reaper, he would teleport here probably, and then he waits for everybody to come out. See, everything in the general area just gets worked. That is Reaper. Next up, we have Soldier. Soldier can be quite long range sometimes, but it's usually better to get in close with him. Soldier's passive ability is left shift. When you press or hold down left shift, Soldier will sprint forward. Soldier's right click is a helix rocket, a high damage triple stream of rockets, which are, it's called a single rocket, but technically it's 3. So, bam, and it usually is supposed to follow up the end of a fight, but it can be used to start a fight too. His E is, let's say if he gets damaged, so, or this is everybody in the general area. Okay, so if my teammates are damaged, press that down, everything in the general area gets healed.
Double kill.
Alright, now we are going to go over Soldier's ult. Soldier's ult essentially gives him aimbot.
I've got you in my sights. I can do this with my eyes closed.
Triple kill.
That is what the Soldier ult does. It literally just gives you aimbot. That is the Soldier. Next up, we have Sombra. Sombra can be a very complicated hero to play, but if you're good at her, then you can be quite a terror on the battlefield. Sombra's M1 is a rapid-fire submachine gun type kind of gun, and it can do high damage at close range. Her right click is basically you can hack something or a health pack. If you hack an enemy, it takes away all their abilities, and if you hack a health pack, it just gives you more health and gives you credit for hacking.
I'm out of
Her
here.
E is a translocate. It's like a teleporter which you throw and then press E again to use. So if I threw it up there and I ran in, you can do some damage, and then I teleport out. Her left shift makes her go faster, and she's invisible, so the team wouldn't see me, but they still hurt me. Her
Always leave yourself a
ult, she presses Q, all health packs in the area get hacked, and all enemies have no abilities and can be seen through walls. Sombra's passive ability, when enemies are on low health, she can see them through walls. So if I bring this guy down to really low health, then I go around the wall,
I'm out of here.
I can see him. And that is Sombra. Last of all, we have Tracy. She's a very fast and mobile character. Her mouse one is some very fast unloading guns, but they can do a ton of damage up close. One of her biggest problems is the fact that she doesn't have, if Tracer had infinite ammo, she would be a terror, absolute terror on the battlefield. Her right click or left shift is basically a blink. So you will blink forward or backwards or whatever direction you're going in, and basically, yeah. So it can be used to get in and out of situations. Tracer, her E is a recall. So let's say if I went in, if I was gonna go attack, I would blink in, I would start shooting. Oh no, I get damaged a little bit, and then I would recall, and I would go back a little bit. That was a very bad recall right there, but that's basically why. You go in, do some damage, and then recall out. It's mostly used though for her ult to get in there and get out. Her ult, Sticky Bomb, is a pulse bomb, which if you hit somebody, if you hit an enemy directly, it will stick to them. So something that Tracers use their recall for is da. Oh, I didn't have it, but that's what happens. That's why they use recall, because if they're close to it, they will die. Now I'm just gonna quickly show off Junkrat, because in my mind, he's definitely an offense hero. He can definitely be a DPS. Junkrat's M1 is a 5-shot grenade type thing. It can kind of bounce people off, and it can do high amounts of damage if shot right. His left shift can be used for both mobility and damage. For mobility, you would jump on it and press right click, and it would shoot you up. Damage, like that, because this is a sticky bomb. It will stick to objects when you throw it at them. So, da.
Double kill.
Yes. Junkrat's E ability is a trap. It will hold an enemy in place, and if you have a trap with a sticky bomb under it, it'll be an insta kill, or most of the time. If I do that and he goes into it, then he will die. Junkrat's ult is a very high damage ult. It's a riptire, but when you jump in, bam! It explodes, and usually you get more than one kill, but that is what the riptire does. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!